Hi, welcome to the art room. I'm going to show you around real quick so you can find things. Behind my desk, I usually have this folder in there, but I took it out so I could show you in the video. So usually it's just right in here. And I've got a schedule here, and I've got my phone number in case you need to reach me. There are some activities that these are some master copies. You can make copies of these if you want to use them for activities for students. And there's a couple other examples of things that you could do with kids. And then also in the sub tub, there are some other activities, and they have a log on them so that you can document what classes you used them with so that they don't get repeated throughout the year. There's some that are there's like a copy already made for you, and there's things like that. And then there's some extra paper here in case you need it for free draw, or you're just looking for some blank paper to use for some guided drawing videos. I also keep lots of extra paper over here. The thicker paper is for watercolors, and it's pretty expensive. I do let students use it pretty freely, but I like to encourage them to use the thinner paper for drawing. So if you check to find some thinner paper, that's what that is for. They could also use something like this if they want to, but I do also keep the thinner paper right here on the corner of my desk for if they finish a project, they can come up and just get that for free draw.
Marker tubs over here. There's one tub per table. Crayons are another great item to use when I'm gone, and there's some more paper.
When you first get here in the morning, make sure you figure out what cycle day it is. You can ask the office or ask some other teachers, and that will help you know which set of classes will be coming in. If you are wanting to set up the lumens and the computer so that you can show stuff through the projector onto the screen, you can watch this second video to learn how to set that stuff up. Now let's go see where to go for duty. I have morning duty on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:15 until about 8:25, and I just come down into this pod. There's nobody waiting outside, but I just go into this cubby area and watch them come in. If you need to make copies, you can go find the copier in a room near the gym, and you could ask somebody to help you find it if you need to. There's also extra printer paper in there. Now, sometimes they make you enter a code. My code is 837, but right now they have not been having a code, so you can just print stuff without worrying about that. But if you do, this is how you can get through that code, and try not to make any more copies than 25 unless it's an emergency. But I guess being a guest teacher might be an emergency, so that's fine. When students first come into the art room, usually the chairs will be stacked at the side of the room. When fourth graders come in, they can put out the chairs and then they can have a seat. Classes usually come in and sit down either at their chair spot or on one of these dots so they can be closer to hear your directions. Kindergartners always come and sit on one of these dots because they're just too far away if they're over at the chairs. If I have trouble with somebody listening, then I might ask them to move or sit at their chair spot during the listening time. But for the most part, kindergartners just come over here and sit down.
Their class has an opportunity to earn these 5 points, and if you feel like they are having more than 3 reminders for any of those things, or 2 reminders even if you want to, you can take away one of those points. At the end of class, you can tally up how many points they've got and mark it on this sheet so that we can keep track of what they have earned. If they don't have any reminders at all, I like to give them 6 points. That's because they've done a really great job. And if they do an awesome job for you and you feel like they've earned it, you can give them one of these blue paws to let their teacher know that they did an amazing job today.
We've got a letter up here. This helps you know who gets to pass out that day. 4JH is in charge of changing this little chart each time when they come in so that the next cycle of kids can have a different turn. So if someone sits at the A spot and it's A helper day, then they get to help pass out that day. You can just say, all right, I need the D helpers to come help pass out, and then you can give them some papers and pencils or whatever you want each person to pass out. Just give them a job and they can help pass out that day.
I've got these timers up here. These can help you with anything that you're trying to use for time management. Like if you see that you have about 20 minutes left of work time, you can set it for that. Or if you have just like 14 minutes, you can set it. And when the timer goes off, it will beep at the end. And then it does more beeps than that, and it's a little more noticeable. But then kids will know that, hey, it's time to clean up. Oh, there it goes. And I usually try to give about 10 minutes for cleanup, especially in the younger grades, because I do like to have them sponge their table at the end. Their direction is to get a little bit of soap on their sponge, then kind of rub it around, get it wet a little bit, and then they are supposed to squeeze it out really well so that the table will dry within, oops, dropped it, just within about 20 to 30 seconds. So if you see anybody getting like insane amounts of water, you can ask them to put their sponge.
I like to watch for the table that is cleaning up the best, and I like to give them these two things on their table. They love trying to win these. So if I see that a table has done such a great job using teamwork and putting their stuff away right away and then sitting quietly at the end of class, I will give them the trophy once everybody is done cleaning up. I do not have kindergarten use sponges. I just ask that kindergarteners clean up all of their stuff, and when their spot is clean, they can come over and sit crisscross on one of these dots. And then I usually play a video for them up here, kind of to entertain them until it is time to line up at the door. And then they can line up over here. All the classes line up on these dots at the end of class for their teacher to pick them up. Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate having your help. If you need anything else at all, please ask the music teacher, the PE teacher, or the office to assist you. You can also go down to the library and get yourself a sub laptop if needed, or you can use mine and just use your sub login information. Thank you.